Dogs are cute, but they often do some questionable things. Like, why do they randomly eat grass like it's their favorite snack? People say it's because they're sick. But is it true? And let's not forget their obsession with sniffing butts. Is it just another weird dog behavior? Or is there something else at play here? In this video, I'll break down these bizarre behaviors and help you decode your dog's strangest habits. Now let's start with something cute but puzzling. Why does your dog nibble on you? You might think they're just being playful, but there's more to it. Dogs often nibble to show affection, almost like giving you a little love bite. It's a leftover habit from puppyhood when they use gentle nibbles to bond with their littermates. Sometimes it's also a sign of excitement, like when they're overwhelmed with happiness. But if your dog is nibbling excessively, it could mean they're anxious or overstimulated. Some even do it because they're teething, especially younger dogs. The key is watching their body language. Happy wiggly dog? Probably love. Stiff and persistent nibbling? Maybe stress. If it's the latter, giving them a chew toy can help redirect the habit. Another popular thing dogs do is munch on grass like they're part cow. You've probably heard the myth that dogs eat grass because they're sick. But research from the University of California, Davis, found that fewer than 10% of dogs actually vomit after eating grass. So what gives? Some dogs simply like the taste or texture. Others do it because they're bored, or they might be trying to add fiber to their diet. In the wild, canines eat plants naturally, so your pup may be following an old instinct. Some experts even suggest it helps with digestion. So, unless your dog is eating grass obsessively or getting sick from it, it's usually nothing to worry about. Just make sure they're not munching on chemically treated lawns. Then there's this interesting move. Your dog sees you and immediately stretches like they just woke up. But guess what? It's not just a random stretch. This is called a greeting stretch, or a playbow. Dogs use body language to communicate excitement and affection. And this stretch is their way of saying, "Hey, I missed you." It's also an invitation to interact, play, or even just hang out. If your dog does this every time you come home, it's a good sign. It means they're comfortable and happy around you. Some dogs do it to loosen up their muscles after lying down, but when combined with tail wags and happy eyes, it's pure love. Another behavior dog owners notice is their pup bringing them toys even when you didn't ask for them. Why do they do that? Well, in the wild, dogs bring food back to their pack as a way of sharing. Your domesticated pup is doing a softer version of that instinct, showing you they value you. Some dogs also do this as a way to seek attention or praise. If they drop a toy in your lap and stare at you, it's their way of saying, "Hey, look what I have. Let's do something fun." And sometimes, they're just proud of their toy and want to show it off. It's like when a kid brings their drawing to a parent. So even if you're busy, give them a little "good job" and watch their tail wag with joy. Now let's talk about something embarrassing. Why do dogs drag their butts across the floor? It might look funny, but it's usually a sign that something's up. According to the American Veterinary Medical Association, scooting is often caused by irritated anal glands. These small glands near a dog's rear can get clogged, making them uncomfortable. Your dog scoots to try and relieve the itch. Worms, allergies, or even just a dirty backside can also cause this behavior. If your pup is scooting often, it's best to have a vet check them out. In some cases, they may need their glands expressed. Yeah, it's as gross as it sounds. But don't worry, it's a common issue, and a quick vet visit usually solves it. Just maybe keep them off the carpet until you figure it out. Then there's the staring. Ever catch your dog just sitting and looking at you? Like really looking? It's not random. Dogs stare to communicate, whether it's to ask for food, play, or simply because they love you. A study from Eötvös Loránd University in Hungary found that when dogs gaze at their owners, it releases oxytocin, the same hormone that strengthens human bonds. So, in a way, that stare is like a big, silent, "I love you." Sometimes they're also trying to read your emotions. Dogs are experts at picking up on human facial expressions. And yes, sometimes they're just waiting for you to drop food. Either way, when your pup locks eyes with you, they're making a connection. And honestly, it's kind of sweet. Another weird but common behavior, licking your feet. It might tickle or feel downright gross, but there's a reason for it. Dogs use licking to show submission and affection. Your feet are also full of sweat and salt, and some dogs just like the taste. Gross? Maybe, but to them it's like a snack. Licking also releases feel-good endorphins, making them feel calm. If your dog does this after you get home, it might be their way of saying, "I missed you." Some dogs also do it out of habit or boredom. If you don't like it, just redirect them with a chew toy. But if you don't mind, congrats! You've basically got a built-in foot spa. Finally, let's get to the most awkward one. Why do dogs insist on sniffing your butt? It's not just to make social interactions weird. According to research from the Monal Chemical Senses Center, dogs have a specialized organ called the Jacobson's organ. It helps them gather information from scent. Your body releases pheromones from sweat glands, especially in areas like your armpits and, well, down there. To dogs, sniffing butts is like reading a detailed biography. They can tell if you're stressed, what you ate, and even your mood. It's basically their way of shaking hands. So yeah, it's awkward. But to your dog, it's just good manners. Maybe just gently redirect them to something less, personal. Understanding your dog's behavior makes life with them a whole lot easier. But did you know your dog experiences the world in a way you'll never be able to? So, watch our next video to learn more about 11 strange things dogs can see and hear that you can't. If you don't, you'll always be clueless about what's making your dog stare at the wall at 3 a.m.